Uncasville, Connecticut.
Yep.
And I am sitting here with John Peck from PB Roofing,
Hi.
who is also the president of NERCA this year.
Thank you, yeah. So this is our 98th convention.
Can you believe that?
Amazing. And I heard that we're actually been in association for 100 years. So we can trace our lineage back 100 years.
That's
which
amazing.
is one of the oldest trade associations in America.
Yes, it is. So I know it's still 2 years away, but you've got to be already thinking about what you're going to do special for the 100th.
Oh, it's a big deal. We actually had some fun conversation. I'll give my brother credit for this. He said we should all go to Turks and Caicos, but call it Nerks and Caicos. So,
well,
I mean, we'll see if we can make that happen. It'd be great.
I'm just putting it on the record that I will volunteer to attend that show
right.
if it is at Nerks and Caicos.
I'm going to have to do some recon and make sure they can handle our convention down there first, you know.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your year, because you're winding down your year as president, right?
Yeah, this is the last year, and then we're going to move into a past president role, and then ultimately you kind of step back and you work from an advisement level.
So what are some of the things that you've been most pleased about being able to accomplish during your time as president?
You know, still trying to make the accomplishments happen. I think one of my goals is to bring on some younger members into the NERCA. We are going to probably have a challenge with succession plan, like most contractors have challenges in their own businesses. That permeates through into the association. So we're really trying to reach out across the industry and look at the residential community, who's probably highly underrepresented in NERCA.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of younger, highly motivated entrepreneurs in that space. And we cover the Northeast. That's a lot of states.
Yes, it is.
A lot of contractors. So we have a lot of membership pool to pull from that we need to use that to survive for the decades to come, so we can reach maybe 198 years,
right.
You know, long after I'm gone, but that's the idea.
Well, you know, I tell you that not everybody realizes the amount of benefits that they get by being a part of and active in their association, right? It's one thing to sign up and become a member, but you got to come to the event, you've got to participate in the committees. And every year when I come here, I meet new people, I have amazing networking that takes place, all because of, I mean, I think I met you guys through one of these events. I
think so, yeah. I think that's exactly how it happened.
So talk a little bit about, you know, some of the things that people may not know that the association is doing on their behalf.
You hit it right on the head. It's really about the participation, you know, and from a regional association perspective, you have to participate because you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. So we have our value proposition and the connection with, you know, safety professionals, legal professionals, the ability to, you know, one things we've always touted was providing you with a robust, edited, updated safety manual that you could bring into your company without having to go through all of the challenges of that.
Right.
So I mean, but beyond that, for me, and for having been in here for probably over a decade in NERCA, it's been about the connections you make inside the association. When you're going through a challenge, you need to, you know, build a labor pool, you need to ask a question, a technical question. You run into a situation, you have this group of friends and colleagues that you can lean on.
Right.
And that's hard to explain to somebody who is not actively involved in an association, especially a trade association, because you just don't see it and feel it until you're part of it. And when you call your friends, hey, how did you do this? And they, John, you got to call this guy or figure this out.
Right.
That's an untapped resource that I think people miss out on.
Yeah, the connections, the support. Now, this event itself changed a little year over year.
Yes, it did.
The expo, which is where we're sitting right now in our booth, is just today only, which I feel is a good change. And how did you guys make that decision?
You know, it's hard to make these moves because we don't want to upset too many people, but we have to take a look at the feedback over the years. We have to take a look at where we're trying to go as an association, you know, and we started to get some feedback. Having a two-day trade show is good, but when we cannot have the turnout we want on a second day, we're kind of creating some challenges for our exhibitors and our vendors. So we feel like we always had a great turnout on day one.
Sure.
You know, and our full day turnout, we can really bring in a lot of registrations, get people walking the floor. I'm getting good positive feedback. I think you have a little bit yourself you can provide us. So I think it's showing that, tightening it up a little bit, still having a lot of seminars and the continuing education credits prior to the trade show opening is giving us a purpose just beyond the products and the demonstrations, but making sure that we're here continually educating.
Yeah.
I also think too, one thing that I want to continue to challenge us on as an association, I want to challenge the exhibitors on, is to continue to look at, okay, when we do decide to come back next year, how are we going to continue to bring engagement, bring interest, so that the people who are walking the show, we're going to be able to interact with your booth a little bit differently.
Yes.
You know, and that's something I want to experience. You know, when you go to the other trade shows, you know, IRE is an example, super interactive. You have fun in the process. You go there, maybe you win a prize, or maybe you lose a prize. You hit a golf simulator. Right. Those are fun, and we want to encourage, and we're trying to figure out ways to encourage the exhibitors to really bring that A game here, so that when you come here, you're going to spend a lot of time on the floor interacting.
Experience, right? Now, I've been hearing the announcements, there's some safety demos going on the floor. Is that new? I don't recall them happening in the past.
That's new this year. I just watched it. It was pretty amazing. So they're doing a drop test to see the impact that a 12-foot drop would have on a human if they're with a hard hat and without a hard hat. And I mean, we were doing a tape measure, which fractured a watermelon. We dropped it from 12 feet down, threw a pipe off a scaffold, and it fractured the watermelon. Then we did a hammer after that. The hammer went into the watermelon. So you can only imagine what this would do.
Wow.
So Pete Shackford at Hetrick Sear and the scaffolding company are set up in the back, and they just went through the demonstration. I think they're going to do one more later on today too.
All right.
It's really eye-opening to see what the impact
could be. I'm going to have to sneak away if I can and try to get over there for that demo and get some video for you guys, because that sounds fascinating.
Yeah, I tried to grab some video, but it was a little bit tough. I know some other guys got some video too, so it'd be fantastic to see how that goes.
Wow. Yeah. And now I have to mention, because John, you are very tech forward. You've been involved in RT3 in the past, and you have a really cool pair of glasses sitting here on the table in front of us. Can you just show those off for us?
So these are my attempt at trying to be a little bit new aged. These Meta glasses, when you start to look at what it creates and the content that it creates, I think there's opportunity to, number one, we were looking at it to see how can we utilize these to create some internal training videos, some firsthand contact, Loom type videos, so we can use them in training. How can we create content to put ourselves out there to, number one, educate our client base on what's taking place, or really just educate the broader population on what we're doing in the roofing aspect. I also wanted to bring them today to try to get some first-person content of all these demonstrations that we have going on.
Are you recording right now?
No, we're not recording right now. Yeah. Is there a light on? That's the one thing I found out. If there's a light on here, then it means you're recording. But I'm not recording at the point right now.
Yeah. We really encourage, and that's one of the reasons that you come to shows like this, is to see about the new technologies that are out there, to learn more about AI, to see how people are using stuff and what they're doing. And we still have some resources that you provided us, how you were using AI. This was 3-4 years ago on RT3's website.
Yeah. And how long it has come so far in the 3 years. We had a great speaker on an AI presentation yesterday at one of our seminars. And then you talk with Mark Graham, who's giving us a little bit of comfort, saying, listen, everybody, AI is not going to be taking our jobs anytime soon in roofing. But I think the incorporation of it to help us speed up our ability as contractors, I think is important, where we're pulled in so many directions. We have to deal with insurance and contracts and client negotiations and, be good branding and marketing and build a team and train and manage them. So if we can kind of offset some of that and incorporate AI into that side of it, I think it's going to be beneficial. And in a lot of ways, I think we're already putting AI in the roof. We're using automated robots to weld our roof together. Right. That's going to continue to escalate and ease up a lot of the burdens that we have on the roof side too.
So who is your incoming president?
Greta Bajrami.
Oh, Greta.
Yeah, she'll be the first
Golden Group Roofing.
Golden Group. She's a powerhouse. She'll be the first woman president of the
Nice.
NERCA. I've known Greta for a bunch of years. We met at GAF Wealth Builder
Oh, nice.
probably a decade ago.
Wow.
And bringing her into the association was a great opportunity, and she's been super active, so we're really excited for her to take over that role, and I get to move out to a past president position. Yeah.
Woo, and then you can relax a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe.
hopefully a little bit, yeah.
Well, John, thank you so much for being here. This is a wonderful event. We love to support it, and we're love to be a part of it. So.
Yeah, well, thank you, Karen, for being such an advocate of the industry, to promoting it, to getting us visible out there. If it was just up to sometimes those contractors, we would just focus on our roofing.
Right.
So you bring us out to the.
And NERCA, NERCA, as we all say, and the Northeast Roofing Contractors Association has a full directory on Roofers Coffee Shop. So just type it in the search, find the directory. You can get links to the site, get information about joining. You can see all the great stuff that this association is doing.
Thank you, and more to come.
So now you can say goodbye while I go
goodbye, everybody.
Stop the camera, and we'll see you next time.